We have one more person. The time is flying by. I don't know. Is everybody still on there? Okay. Let's see. There's Elena. Elena's going to take us into our break, and uh, then we'll restart the stream. There she is.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
I'm Elena Dauphinais, and I'm currently in Staten Island, New York.
Staten Island, New York. Staten
Yeah.
Island. That is
Yeah.
one of the boroughs,
Yes,
right?
it is not Long Island. Long Island is completely different.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's we always hear about the Staten Island Fair. Is it really that famous? Is it like something you have to do? Like,
Yes, definitely. Of course. You get a nice view of the city, and it's free. That's the best thing about it.
ah, so again, you have a topic too that's quite interesting. It's definitely something that I find myself being interested in. Just
Mhm.
it has a lot to do with how we perceive the world, right? So, would you tell us about your project while I find some of your images here?
So, my title of my project is Learning and Growing. It's a guide to dyslexia. And I actually have the printed copy here. Got it printed. Woohoo! Very
Oh,
fun.
how did you get it printed?
I got it printed from Blurb.
Okay, great. Is it hardbound?
Yeah, it was hard covered. It was
Yeah,
actually really easy. You just had to download a template and you just placed all of the information and you just sent it off and you got it in the mail.
great. So, what's it about? What are you talking about in your project?
So I'm talking about everything about dyslexia. Well, for the most part, everything. But I really wanted a book that was fun and friendly instead of just text heavy for parents. Um, so if your child was just diagnosed with dyslexia, you wanted to order this book, the child can look at it and relate to it. Say like, because some of my spreads, it's the little person in my story talking about how she doesn't understand what's wrong with her, why can't she read, and it's a family that you follow throughout the book, and the family helps the child learn about dyslexia and gets her the correct help.
So, is it a kids book, or is it like for parents to read to kids, or who's the audience for it?
Um, it's mainly adults because it is text heavy and it's not many people can not
Mhm.
children won't be able to understand, especially dyslexic children that won't be able to read. So it's very friendly. The inside is very friendly. So it's geared towards parents, but it's more of a positive approach to it instead of just having all negative, just text heavy and freaking out. But if you see these images, then you'll feel more at peace with learning about it and helping your child in the long run.
Okay. So, so again, with all of these, they're all fascinating sort of backstories. So, how did you decide on this topic?
My mother is dyslexic, and she actually did not realize she was dyslexic until she was in college and she diagnosed herself. And that's really where I really wanted to make a book to get the word out there that this is it is a problem that children have to overcome, but you can overcome it with the correct help. And yeah, that's where it came from.
Oh, okay. And so, did she give you feedback along the way on how you were approaching the topic,
um,
or did you not want her feedback?
I I didn't ask her for feedback really. I kind of left it as a surprise. So when it
Yeah,
was done, I gave her the book. I mean, she knew I was doing it,
yeah.
but when I printed, I gave her the book and she's reading and she's like, "Oh, I know that. I can that's what I have. I have this. I have that." I'm like, "Yeah, it's basically you."
So, so that's interesting. I have this, I have that. So, are there different kinds of dyslexia? Are there different like aspects that you could talk a little bit about in the book?
Yeah, so one of the things that my mom struggles with a lot is left and right.
Okay.
So there's left right confusion, and then the biggest one is changing the lowercase b's and d's.
Hmm.
So there's left right confusion, there's phonological disorders. There's different parts of it, yeah.
Okay. Great. So, so you made a book. Is it
Mm-hmm.
mainly a book in the that we'll see in the gallery?
Yes, so it's a book, but then I also designed 3 worksheets. So at the end of the book, once you stop reading it, there's a little QR code that you can scan and download 3 worksheets that you can give to your children and help them start learning how to read correctly and write.
Okay. And so, so it's mostly for children. So when in child development does this typically do we typically see this? Or like does like who what age group would use these cards, use these worksheets?
So each one is a little bit on a different level. So one is just coloring in the different lowercase b's and d's. One is filling in a sentence, and then the other one is matching a word to an image. So like bench, and I drew a little bench on the side, so you
Mm-hmm.
can crisscross.
Okay, great. So how have you been doing in all of this? You find your workspace? Looks like you're in a big comfy chair there. Is that
Yeah,
your
it's
space?
kind of messy, but I have a desk that I've been working on for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
Um, but it was definitely a change, and it was really hard to focus. But once you got in the groove of it, it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
Yeah. I know. We all have to sort of figure it out, right? Uh,
Exactly.
you know, as I mentioned to a few people, I put it in emails early on. Like there was, I think it was Gabby who I saw in one of the labs when we knew we were gonna teach and learn remotely. She said, "Well, we're graphic design, we're designers. We can figure this out. We're problem
Yes,
solvers,
we can
right?"
figure
So
it out.
in the back of my head, there's it's all of you sort of like you know thinking like we can figure this out, and I think it's great to hear that and great to see all the work that you all have produced and that you're still making work and you're still being creative and you're still engaged. So it's great to see. Um, it's great talking to you. Any
You
last
too.
minute thoughts? Any last words of wisdom? You're
I
gonna
don't
take us to
know.
the break.
Oh, right. Oh, gosh. I don't know. Just say happy and healthy, everyone. Just, we'll get through it.
We
Hopefully, see
will.
everyone soon.
Hopefully, we'll see you all soon. Maybe even see some seniors at Pequot over the summer if that kind of thing
Yes.
works out. Printing thesis kinds of stuff and
Yeah, definitely.
photographing thesis kinds of projects. So we might see you all sooner than the fall. So
Yes.
it was great
Hopefully.
to talk to you.
You too.
All right, we'll see ya.
Bye. I don't know how to.
So that takes us to the break. We got a few minutes to spare. I don't know. Has anybody any questions? No, no questions. So there we go. Um, I'm going to end it right now. Look at all the hearts in there. Yes. Congrats, senior. Awesome. Yeah. So I'm going to end it. Look at that. I don't know when that appeared. This is my first time doing this. So but all of a sudden on my screen, there's a countdown, a minute and a half remaining, and then Instagram's going to cut me off. So I'm just going to cut Instagram off. Uh, I'm going to end this here. And at what's the schedule? 6:05. I'm going to be back with Raina, and we'll talk about what she's been working on for the past academic year. All right, we'll see you all soon. Go get a fresh glass of wine, some cheese maybe. All right, I'll be back. Bye.